interesting and really exciting too. We're just a couple of days away getting ready for this fast. And Amanda, if you're watching, I'm pulled over right here at Natural Grocers parking lot. I'll be home in just a minute. Just wanted to put together a quick live stream for people. And y'all are going to get to see me measure my blood glucose and my ketones one more time using the Keto Mojo. And I just wanted to talk briefly about the fast and some interesting articles that had pulled off of PubMed regarding ketone bodies, especially the ketone body beta hydroxybutyrate and its role in lowering inflammation, reducing inflammation, especially through time-restricted feeding, known as intermittent fasting, or a fasting mimicking diet, a partial fast. And this is what I want you guys to do. Saturday night, again, so after the Sabbath, sun goes down, we all have our last meal, and then bam, we begin our 5-day fast. I'm attempting a water fast. Right now I'm about 21 hours into a fast. I feel wonderful. I feel excellent. I feel great. And we're going to go till the 29th. So we're doing 5 days. You don't have to go the full 5 days. In fact, if you've never fasted at all, not even as much as intermittent fasted, I suggest that you just try practicing intermittent fasting for 5 days. Introduce a new challenge in your life. The whole goal is to rethink our mindset, to rethink our relationship that we have with food. You know, we live in a very blessed culture here in America where we have an abundance of food. I even heard Chris Wark say that even the homeless and the poorest of the poor here in America are richer or wealthier than those in some third world countries, meaning that there's people worse off than who we ourselves would think are actually pretty bad. And so I wanted to talk about ketone bodies again, the beta hydroxybutyrate, acetoacetate, and how that those two ketone bodies actually support our survival. Medical people will say mammalian survival, you know, during states of energy deficit. And this is, you know, intermittent fasting, time-restricted eating or feeding, calorie restriction, fasting mimicking diet, partial fasting, and that there's other reserves and they act as other fuel sources for ATP. So these levels are elevated, the beta hydroxybutyrate, by starvation, calorie restriction, even high intensity exercise. This is very interesting. Or also the low carbohydrate fad, the ketogenic diet. And so I had done a little bit of high intensity exercise earlier. You can see me, I'm in the cab of my dump truck. I'm transitioning out of this into a full-time health coaching practice. However, I'm having to do both because right now this is my main stream of income. And so I'm doing all of the research, all of the learning, all of the training to be a health coach, functional nutrition, a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner, to help people identify hidden sources of stressors in their life and where they can use diet, rest, exercise, stress response, and supplements into their life to help mitigate chronic illnesses or chronic inflammation, as we're going to see here. So this was interesting that I read in the article that beta hydroxybutyrate actually is more so stimulated in a fasted state and with burst training or high intensity exercise. So you see, I carry these 20-pound dumbbells with me in my dump truck. So when I'm at job sites, because this is practically a sedentary lifestyle, sitting behind the wheel, driving around all day, it's a sedentary lifestyle. And I don't like it. And my body, my physiology doesn't like it either. So to counteract the negative effects of it, I actually have to do more work. You know what? Let me pull up on here on my Facebook to see if there's any like questions or live feed coming in. So I have to do the work harder because of my sedentary lifestyle. I'm I don't know where I'd see this on my page. Here we go. Hey, Lynn, how are you doing? I had to pull it up on this here to see you. So what I was saying, and Layla, Heelan, how are you? So what I was saying is that I'll go out and do some burst training, and I have to actually work harder to combat the sedentary lifestyle and the things that come along with that. So it's showed in the research that prolonged fasting actually reduces inflammation. And I wanted to share with you guys that beta-hydroxybutyrate, which is the ketone body that's produced in lipolysis. Lipolysis is a fancy word for saying the breakdown or metabolization of fat whenever you're actually fat adapted. So I'm using this terminology for those of you who are ketogenic friendly or informed. You might know some of this stuff. So what we want to do is transition our bodies from being sugar burners into fat burners, or what metabolically flexible is being. Jennifer, hey, what's up? If you guys stick around, I'm going to measure my blood glucose and my ketones to show you where I'm at right now. What I'm reading about is some articles I found on PubMed. So we do know that prolonged fasting reduces inflammation. This is really good. And I want to share with you too that there is a gene marker, and I'll get to that, the inhibitory effects of beta-hydroxybutyrate on this gene called NLRP3. What's really cool is how that starvation-regulated mechanisms like the AMPK kinase pathway, which is autophagy, whenever you do fasting mimicking diets, prolonged fasting, intermittent fasting, or block fasting like we're fixing to do, reduces reactive oxygen species, and the beta-hydroxybutyrate actually blocks this NLRP3 gene, or this inflammasome gene, without undergoing necessary oxidation itself through the citric acid cycle. So what this means for you is, what I want to share is how this specific gene, the NLRP3 gene, you can Google that to get other information, but the studies that I found actually suggest that the anti-inflammatory effects of caloric restriction or utilizing a ketogenic diet or a cyclical ketogenic diet may be linked to a beta-hydroxybutyrate mediated inhibition of this NLRP3 inflammasome. Now you're probably wondering, what do all them fancy scientific words mean? Well, I'm glad you asked. I think I need some water. Okay, so the NLRP3 inflammasome has been shown and is implicated in a wide range of diseases, including Alzheimer's disease. Now, we can see more so in studies that the ketogenic diet is actually being used for cognitive decline. It's also seen, this NLRP3 is seen in type 2 diabetes and some infectious diseases as well. And we're seeing, though, like I said, in the scientific evidence, that a lot of people are using the ketogenic diet to combat some of these neurodegenerative diseases. And the main activity of, obviously, the ketogenic diet has been related to improved mitochondrial function. And this is key because we understand that as you age, mitochondrial function decreases. And a ketogenic diet also decreases oxidative stress. So what I want to share is that the beta-hydroxybutyrate, the ketone body produced in fat metabolization in someone who is keto adapted, is the most studied ketone body. And this one ketone body has actually been shown to reduce the production of reactive oxygen species and actually improving mitochondrial respiration. This is great because if we know through science that athletes actually have more mitochondria and ATP. ATP is the cellular energy produced in the mitochondria. So we can expect or assume that sick people are going to have far less than your average person of cellular energy. So this relates to you with your chronic fatigue, aches and pains, with cognitive decline, memory impairment, brain fog, just general systemic inflammation throughout the body from wear and tear. And we find ourselves here in this culture always stuffing our faces with food. So there's absolutely nothing wrong. What's up, James? There's absolutely nothing wrong with fasting. It's a great therapeutic tool to help yourself regain your health and vitality. So listen to this. According to the World Alzheimer Report in 2016, there are 47 million people worldwide who are suffering from neurodegenerative disease such as dementia and Alzheimer's, and this number will rise to 131 million by 2050 due to population aging. That is incredible. At this pace that we're at with the standard American diet and all the inflammatory or pro-inflammatory things going on around us, this data also implies a great economic impact. Now consider this, which is expected to be $1 billion worldwide by 2018. Why is that important? Because we are in the year 2019. This was a report taken by 2016. So I'm pretty sure that I can look up and look at the economic status of the healthcare costs of just dementia and Alzheimer's disease. So for those of you who stayed on to watch, I'm going to now again prick my finger to see what my blood glucose levels are at and what my ketone bodies are at. And I'm not going to tell you what I ate for dinner last night. My mother says, government is killing us. I would have to agree. I concur strongly. All right. So I'm going to place, this is my Keto Mojo. And you know what I realized? On the last time I did this, I misspelt Mojo with M-O-G-O. My bad. K-E-O-T-O-M-O-J-O. Mojo. You can get one of these at Keto Mojo. GetKetoMojo.com. And I'm going to take another drink of water. You saw me drink out of a plastic bottle a while ago. That one has electrolytes in there just because of whenever I do burst exercise training, my glycogen stores get depleted even more if I don't have any already, and also my electrolytes go way down. So I got a teaspoon of sea salt, pink sea salt in there, along with magnesium. Okay, so my device is on. I got my lancet ready. We're gonna prick my finger. You guys get to watch. There we go. There's the blood draw. We're going to stick this into the end. And it's going to count down once again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's a big bummer. Okay, so I learned something new just now. I'm at 91. I have had no food, nothing to eat. I tested myself at 430 and I was at 80. 80 milligrams per deciliter. So this is interesting. So what this means is my body physiologically actually does better, so I can kind of figure out what my fasting window is best at. So at 430, I think I was around 20 hours, 20 and a half hours. So because I'm a little bit further up, so this is going to actually drive my ketones to go down. So let's even see what they are. So if I would have tested at 430, what my ketones were, they would have been higher then of what they are going to be now, because my blood glucose went up 11 points. Oh my goodness. That is crazy. Okay. Try to use this same draw of blood here. And I don't know, maybe I got myself so excited with all the talking that it went up. So we're counting down. Well, it's at 0.6. So by standard, I'm technically in nutritional ketosis. You have to be 0.5 or higher in order to be in nutritional ketosis. So I would be safe to say, just a little over an hour ago, my blood glucose was at 80. It's gone up 11 points, which means it's going to drive my ketones down. If I were to tested my ketones earlier, when I ran my blood glucose, when it was at 80, I bet you these were probably 1.1 or 1.2. The night before last, I actually tested my ketones. I posted it on the Facebook page, and they're at 1.1 millimole. So I am in nutritional ketosis, yes. But why the rise in the blood glucose if I haven't had anything to eat? Maybe because my fasting window works better at a 20-hour range of intermittent fasting. And then so maybe something physiologically happened to where it tapped into some glycogen storage. Could be. And this is what's unique about testing, is you're always going to learn something new. So during the 5-day fast, coming up this Saturday, I will do live videos each and every day. So whoever of you out there wants to join me, leave a comment in the video below, and I can send you, or just find me on Facebook and leave a message, friend request, or Therapeutic Tools, fasting is the group page that you can find and join. And I'll let you in. But I want to lead everybody that actually wants to do this. And you don't have to follow my fasting regimen. I'm doing a 5-day water fast. And so if you want to do 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, sure. But you're going to learn a ton of knowledge while going through this. And you're going to get to experience not only myself, to see myself go through this, but you're going to get to see other people as well. And yeah, that's it. I'm going to buy some nut butter, and I'm going to eat that to show you guys how my food affected my numbers. And I want to show you guys up to 91. Wow. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and stay tuned. I'll be putting out more videos up there on my YouTube channel, Upstream Vitality. So just any questions you got, definitely always put them down below. Joe Rachel, what's up, man? And we'll catch you again on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. You have a blessed evening, and we'll see you on the next one.